In the Shrek movies, there are so many funny characters, and in this video, I'm gonna show you the top 10 of them. So, let's dive right into the video. At number 10, the wolf. So, picture this. Prince Charming, after going through all sorts of crazy obstacles, finally reaches the top room of the tallest tower, thinking he's about to rescue Fiona. But instead of finding Fiona, he stumbles upon the wolf, dressed up in Fiona's clothes and just chilling in her room. Can you imagine the shock on Prince Charming's face? It's like a total plot twist. But here's the best part. The wolf, in his cool and collected way, starts explaining the whole situation to Prince Charming. And let me tell you, it's hilarious.
Some of the curtains to find her.
What? Princess
Fiona?
No!
Oh, thank heavens.
Where is she? She's on her honeymoon.
Honeymoon? With whom?
Now, don't get me wrong. The wolf's deadpan delivery and unexpected appearance are what made this scene so memorable. But let's be real, he's not exactly a stand-up comedian on his own. He's funny because of the crazy situation he's in, not because he's cracking jokes left and right. But hey, it works. At number 9, the dragon. When we first meet the dragon in Shrek, she's portrayed as this scary creature that Shrek wants nothing to do with. But then something unexpected happens. Donkey gets trapped and starts chatting with her. She turns out to be surprisingly friendly and easy to talk to. It's a funny and unexpected twist in the movie, especially because the dragon has this unexpectedly feminine side to her. One of the funniest moments involving the dragon is when she swallows Lord Farquaad and then spits out his crown.
Alright, nobody move. I got a dragon here and I'm not afraid to use it. I'm a donkey on the edge.
It's a hilarious scene that adds a lot of humor to the movie. And even though the dragon's ability to have kids with Donkey doesn't play a big role in the later films, it's still a funny and unusual aspect of their relationship. Despite being unconventional, their bond is actually quite heartwarming. At number 8, the Pied Piper. This guy was seriously something else. He didn't say a word, but his face was always so exaggerated and proper, which was just hilarious considering his ridiculous outfit and weapon. When it came to dealing with Fiona and her resistance, the Piper had a trick up his sleeve. He would whip out his flute and start playing a tune that made his enemies dance uncontrollably. It was both funny and kinda scary, because it gave Rumple the upper hand against the ogre army's crazy strength.
I can't control myself. Yeah! Click is bringing the heat out the kitchen.
The Piper knew how to mix comedy with danger, making him the perfect sidekick for Rumple. At number 7, Thelonious. In the original Shrek movie, he was Farquaad's top enforcer. Now, you might expect someone like him to have a deep, scary voice, but nope. Thelonious had this hilariously clumsy voice and personality that made him stand out.
Number 3, my lord. Oh, okay. Number 3!
He was like the bumbling sidekick to Farquaad. One of the funniest moments with Thelonious was when he was supposed to be this tough torturer. But instead of using scary tools, he used milk to scare the gingerbread man into spilling all the beans. It was just too funny to see this big intimidating guy using milk as a weapon. Thelonious also played a crucial role in helping Farquaad choose Fiona. They had this game show with the magic mirror, and Thelonious convinced Farquaad that Fiona was the one. He was like the ultimate wingman, always there to support his boss. It's a shame that Thelonious didn't appear in the later Shrek movies. We missed out on more of his brutally hilarious antics. It would have been so much fun to see what other silly things he would do. But hey, at least we got to enjoy his goofiness in the first film. At number 6, Parito. This dog had such a funny personality that it always made me laugh. Can you believe he actually pretended to be a cat and snuck into a cat shelter? It was so different from Puss' cynical attitude, but somehow Parito's desire for love ended up bringing back Puss' adventurous spirit. One of the funniest moments with Parito was when he tried to copy Puss' wide-eyed stare.
What are you doing?
Please.
Seriously, are you having a hernia or something?
It was so weird and creepy, but at the same time, it was strangely adorable. And you know what's even better? Parito sees Puss' dangerous lifestyle as if it were a game for kids. This adds a nice touch to the spin-off series and makes it enjoyable for younger audiences, even though the main story in The Last Wish is more serious and dark. At number 5, Pinocchio. Even though he was just a flimsy wooden puppet, he had a surprising feisty side to him. Whenever he thought he could get away with it, he would put up a fight.
So tell me, puppet, where is Shrek?
Wouldn't be inaccurate to assume that I couldn't exactly not say that is or isn't almost partially incorrect.
So you do know where he is?
On the contrary, I'm possibly more or less not definitely rejecting the idea that in no way.
What made Pinocchio even more hilarious was his big ego. Every time he told a lie, his nose would grow longer. So, even if he tried to convince everyone that he was telling the truth, his body would give him away. It actually came in handy when they needed to save Shrek from being locked up. Pinocchio's insistence that he wasn't wearing women's underwear created the perfect distraction for their escape. At number 4, Lord Farquaad. Now, this guy may have been a bit of a hot-headed dictator, but his over-the-top theatrics were what made him so entertaining. He had this posh and arrogant demeanor, always looking down on others despite his own short stature, which led to some hilarious situations. And let's not forget how expressive he was. There are so many memes and reaction images dedicated solely to his dramatic expressions. But what really made Farquaad stand out was his iconic line when he was giving instructions to the knights.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
It's moments like these that immortalized him as a truly deserving first villain. At number 3, Shrek. What really made Shrek so funny was how he blended his ogre-like persona with his human side. It was just too amusing to see him roar at a bunch of farmers.
Back! Back, please! Back! I warn ya!
But Shrek's humor wasn't just about crude burps and farts. He had a knack for delivering clever one-liners that showcased his comedic genius. Take for instance, when he caught a glimpse of Farquaad's massive castle and couldn't help but ask if the guy was compensating for something. All in all, Shrek's ability to balance his ogre nature with his humor and wit is what made him such a lovable and hilarious character. At number 2, Donkey. He was always quick with his jokes and had a knack for making us laugh.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Oh, sweet sister, mother of mercy. I'm melting. I'm melting.
It's just the rain,
Donkey's witty remarks and lively personality added a much-needed spark to the series. However, his constant comedic antics sometimes overshadowed the development of Shrek's relationship with Fiona. Donkey's expressive nature and boundless energy were essential to the series. They perfectly complemented Shrek's exasperation and created a delightful contrast. The only downside was that Donkey's humor became his defining trait, leaving little room for character growth. Despite this, his jokes never failed to entertain us and kept us engaged throughout the series. And at the top spot, we have the notorious Jack Horner. What sets him apart from other bad guys is his complete lack of remorse and his wholehearted embrace of his evil persona. And let me tell you, his antics were absolutely hilarious. One time, he had this collection of magical items that he used to create some truly side-splitting scenes. Like the time he turned one of his henchmen into solid gold and paid them their weight in gold. Talk about a creative way to reward your minions. But the real comedic gold came from Jack's interactions with his conscience. He had this cricket that he thought could help him take down his enemies, but it turned out to be the complete opposite.
Help!
Sweet mother of ghosts, Jack!
Well, you know what they say.
can't bake a pie without losing a dozen men.
The conscience tried time and time again to reason with Jack, to explain why his actions were wrong, and to make him see the error of his ways. But in the end, even the cricket had to admit that Jack was just an irredeemable monster,